Hi guys, welcome back. Today we are talking all about working remotely as a UX designer. And I think when it comes to working remotely, people might have the assumption that you need a fancy desk, monitors, the latest gadgets, but I'm here to show you a realistic view of what it could be like working from home while still remaining productive. So I'm going to walk you through it, kind of show you what my work from home landscape is like, things I would like to change, and things that might not be necessary right out the gate. So with that, let's get into it. I have been working remotely for almost 3 years now from this house, and I have found ways to make it work. So let me explain. So I live in this townhome, and there's two bedroom, one bedroom, main bedroom, and then the other one is used for an office, and my boyfriend is in that office, and it's not very big, so we couldn't be both in that space or both on calls. I am down here in the goddamn Arctic tundra because it's so freezing down here sometimes. The heat definitely rises and does not stay on this level. So back there, you can see my desk, and I will walk you guys through that in a second. I say all that to say is that I have been able to make it work without the traditional home office setup. Not to say that it's going to be this way forever. Like, I have toyed with my desk over there before at the bottom of the stairs, but like for sound and meetings, that wasn't great. I have another scheme pending where I'm thinking maybe I could take one of these shelves off and put something over there. So I have some ideas brewing, but I want to talk about this because I feel like sometimes we get caught up in the sense of like, it needs to be perfect. If I'm working from home, it has to be the perfect cutesy setup. And it can be one day, but it does not stop you from doing your job right now. Like I said, I don't have a dedicated desk. I don't have any extra monitors. And it's funny, when I got my job, they offered me all these things like monitors, stands, like whatever you need. And I was like, you know what? I'm good. Let me just start off with what I have and then see where that goes. And here I am still seeing where it goes. So I went over some practical tips on how to still be productive and optimize your workspace and give you some inspiration on how you can embrace your current setup regardless of what it looks like. Okay, first off, benefits of remote work. I feel like we all know them by now. Flexibility is key. Flexibility in your location and your working hours. It's nice to not have to be required to be somewhere at a certain time. And so that just kind of takes pressure off and allows you just to do what you need to do in the morning, whether it's working out in the morning like me, taking your kid in, if you have kids, like there's just more freedom. And I think it just starts off the day a little bit more balanced. I do go into my office, my work office once a week. Sometimes, I'm just going to say a few times a month because it's not always every week. And I go just to socialize, like I mentioned before. I go to hang out, see my coworkers, go to happy hour after. So really my most productive is when I'm at home. And I feel like a lot of people are that way, which is why it's so annoying that all of these companies are doing their return to office. There's been so many articles in the news about Amazon, how they have their return to office mandate where you have to be in the office 5 days a week, unless there's like some special exception. And it's interesting just the problems that it's creating. It's adding to the commute. There is a shortage of meeting rooms and chairs, which I think is hilarious. And then people are coming up with their own ways on how to like badge into the door to show that maybe that they were there, but they're not like exactly taking attendance. So I think it's just such a funny thing where it's like such a 180. 2020, COVID, you guys are doing great. You can work remotely. You're so collaborative. You're so productive. Complete reversal. And it's like, no, we want you in the office. We need the community. You guys do your best work in person. So at the end of the day, I'm grateful that I am able to still work from home and my company is flexible in that. And I don't take it for granted. So I'm just happy to talk it through with you guys and just show you what my process is. Okay, now I'm going to take you guys through my desk space. We're going vlog mode. Okay. You're walking up, you're walking, and this is my little setup. Okay, I've got a little pillow on this bench, and this is the desk space. This is my work laptop, currently reading right now. Those who know. My book of notes, headphones, coffee, water, and then a blanket. Let me come around, give you my POV. And yeah, this is literally my desk setup. And if for some reason I do need to pull like a second monitor, I'll like just grab my laptop over there. And yeah, so this is mainly where I'm at specifically for meetings. And I typically sit here during meetings just because I've got like a blank space behind me, got a little bit of art. And then yeah, I'm pretty much here mostly for my meetings and also working. And then eventually I do transfer over to the couch once I'm like done with meetings and I know I'm just going to be like grinding out work for the next few hours. That's when I move up to there. So next spot. Okay. And this is the couch setup and pretty simple. Let me adjust this pillow with my dog's face on it. And this is pretty much on this part of the chaise. I sit there with my other blanket and work from that. Those are my spaces. And then lastly is just the kitchen where my personal laptop is. This is where I'm filming right now. I tend to just sit over here when I'm filming something. Sometimes I'll do like a quick little bit of work if I'm like standing or if I'm working during lunch or something. But typically don't sit here. It's really couch or desk. So that is the overview of my spaces. I hope you guys enjoyed the little tour. I show that because it's really not fancy and I would love to have like a really cute office space or figure out my desk solution, but right now I just don't have that figured out, not to say never. So I want to give you guys some tips if you're in the same boat or even if you're not, on just how to maximize where you're at to make sure you're doing your best work. Creating a designated workspace, even if it's temporary. We never use this table for literally anything. Maybe I use it when I'm doing a puzzle, but it's like my dedicated workspace. And having a consistent area just helps signal your brain that it's time to work. And I also like the fact that I'm not taking apart anything at the end of the day, in the sense of like, I'm not looking at work once I'm done with work. Like I don't have monitors. I don't have anything like out in the space. I literally just close my laptop. I put it in my work bag and then I don't even look at it and I don't even think about it. So I also think that's really important too. Invest in what matters to you, whether that is an ergonomic chair, a standing desk, really good headphones, external keyboard, fancy mouse, like whatever it might be. Whatever's going to make you the most comfortable and really kind of give you a boost into making your workspace a little bit better, I would choose whatever that is. For me, it's nothing currently, now that I think about it, but not to say never, but whatever it is, invest in something that makes sense for you. So just when you are working remotely, just making sure that you're still connecting with your team. I'm somebody that turns my camera on 95% of the time. If it's like a meeting that I'm in recurring, I will turn my camera on. I don't mind people seeing my face, put my glasses on, even if I don't have any makeup on or whatever, as long as my hair is kind of done. Put on my glasses, I call it good. Don't be scared to do it. If it's not really your jam, that's fine, but I think it just kind of helps see people's expressions when you're talking to them. And I just feel like you're a little bit better connected into what's going on in the meeting, so you're not just like a black void in space. Lastly, take care of yourself. Make sure you're eating, make sure you're drinking water, make sure you're going outside, having a lunch break, whatever it might be. Don't be chained to your desk because you're working from home, and make sure you're using that benefit to its full capacity, okay? Now, just important to take a break, recharge mentally and physically. I hope that was helpful, and I just want to remind you that working remotely, whether in UX, tech, whatever it might be, is all about flexibility and making sure your setup works for you. Let me know down in the comments, what does your remote setup look like? Any tips, tricks, hacks, things I'm not thinking about? Let me know down below, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one.